But that's a really funny show about a girl who has a mental breakdown and moves all the way from New York City to West Covina, California, to try and date and thus stalk a guy that she dated in high school for 2 weeks.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun, and throughout the entire show, they actually wind up going through her mental health issues and diagnosing her with borderline personality disorder, which I do think that the character does have borderline. Don't get me wrong. Like, she absolutely meets the criteria for borderline. They go through it very extensively in a very humanizing way. I really love that
Good.
the way that the show handles it, because they really try and break down the stigma of borderline, which
Yeah,
is a very stigmatized
it is.
personality disorder. And they really try and humanize people with borderline and show how borderline comes to be and how somebody with borderline can heal.
Yep.
But the thing is borderline personality disorder does not fully encapsulate everything that makes Rebecca Bunch who she is, because outside of
Interesting.
all of that, she still behaves so autistically. Like, so autistically.
Okay.
Even down to the chicken nuggies. Like, she orders chicken nuggies at a fancy restaurant. Like,
We're gonna need a sponsor from Dyson after this.
Yeah.
but
Tyson.
that's one of my favorite shows. And I think that a lot of people
Did you say
who are
Dyson
late,
or Tyson?
I said Tyson.
Oh, it sounded like you said
I heard
Dyson the
Dyson
vacuum.
first.
I
No, I
heard
said
Dyson,
Dyson.
you
I
motherfucker.
said Tyson. I did. I lied. I lied, motherfucker. Anyways,
I
yeah.
think that a lot of late realized autistics will also find the song Diagnosis very healing and therapeutic, because,
Okay.
like I said, it is a musical comedy. And when she starts her diagnostic journey for borderline personality disorder, her therapist says that they think that she was misdiagnosed. And so she sings a song about how she feels like she's finally being seen because there's a reason why she is the way she is. And it talks about how her life feels so much brighter now that she knows where she fits in the world.
There you go. Cool. All right. I know my clients have loved it for the borderline stuff. It's hard for me to get into musicals because my brain can't compute the words and
Yeah.
songs. I love going to
missing
them.
out.
I'll be in there crying like a motherfucker, but I don't know what the hell you saying. I saw Wicked in where the hell did we see it?
England.
We saw it
You
in
say
London. We saw it
England?
in London. Yeah. I don't know what
Oh,
the fuck was
wow.
going on, but I know I was crying. My brother's having fun and shit. He ain't ever not fell asleep in anything his entire life. He is autistic ass up the whole time. It was like an autism, like fucking. We were both in there just stimming out.
Even the movie was
love that.
pretty. The movie was great.
Oh, the movie was
I
Love
gotta
the
fantastic.
watch
movie.
it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a pod on it. We're gonna get to it.
It's great. It's great, and like, yeah, it'll definitely make you cry. Even I was like starting to tear up at some of the songs. I was like, God damn it.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
think the way that film has improved upon its source material through some of the most simple choices, the most simple of choices that improves upon the source material being the casting of Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba,
Yep.
casting a Black woman as the role of Elphaba,
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically like smacks the point in people's faces
Yeah.
of like, yes, this is about racism.
It is.
She's literally a person of color. How did that not click before?
And they all think she's a fucking weirdo and ignore her.
Correct.
Until she uses her powers, and then all of a sudden now people are like, oh shit.
Mhm. And then if she doesn't use her powers in the exact way that they want her to, she's a villain, she's aggressive, she's evil.
Yeah.
It was always about racism. Like, how did just the fact that people didn't get that?
There you
I
go.
saw it for like the first, like I never saw the play and things like that. But even in like the first scene of the movie when they're talking about how the witch is dead and shit, and you see the caricatures of the witch and how she's looked at as like this evil person that's not human or not a person at all.
Yeah.
You're just like, holy shit, this is racism. Like, what the fuck?
I've seen the play about 3 times in my life. And I also love talking about the evolution of casting from the play to the film. Because the original casting of the play was Idina Menzel, who is a Jewish woman, as Elphaba, which is very poignant and purposeful because the mythology and the demonizing of witches and witchcraft is heavily rooted in anti-Semitism. Most witch mythology that we have is based off of anti-Semitic propaganda from people in the medieval period. Even the witch hat is based off of a Judenhut, which is something that Jews used to wear in the Middle Ages in order to celebrate our Levantian heritage. Like all of the theories around witchcraft is based off of the Sabbath, the ways that we celebrate the Sabbath and things like that.
Yeah.
And so casting a Jewish woman in the original play is like, this is about anti-Semitism. This is about othering. But casting a Black woman makes it that much better. And I think enhances the story for other people to also really feel and experience and allow them to join in.
Yeah.
So
I agree. It's fucking Blacks taking Jewish jobs, man. It's fucked up. I agree.
That's right.
So what's really funny is there's actually a lot of historical ties between the Black community and the Jewish community.
Yes.
Like, you know, the stereotype about Black people being good at basketball. Did you know that originally started with Jewish people?
Jewish people being good at basketball, or Jewish people promoting Black people being good at basketball?
Jewish people being good at basketball. It used to be a stereotype way back in like the early 1900s that Jewish people were the ones who were really good at basketball, and they said that it was because of our Jewishness. It said that our noses and things like that gave us a better advantage. And then
you can sell that shit somewhere else, honey.
Yeah,
you can go peddle that Jew shit somewhere.
Listen,
you can bring up all the historical data you want. But we were talking on people, all right? We were bringing the hammer.
But then as Jewish people assimilated into whiteness and we were allowed to move out of the neighborhoods that we were segregated to, Black people moved into those neighborhoods, and so like basketball became more something found within Black culture because Jewish people basically abandoned it.
So there goes the neighborhood.
No, I feel like that's
literally what the saying is.
No, I feel like she's saying like, this is not what you're saying, but I want to have fun with this, and then we'll go to the next topic. Gotcha. We'll probably get to the show.
Yeah.
But bro, she's like, you Black people got us to thank for basketball. Thank your white masses.
It was those goddamn Canadians, all right? I don't want to hear this historical bullshit.
You know what?
Did you just blindside all Black people?
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
Goddamn
like
maple
that
syrup.
South Park.
Fucking
that South Park song, Blame Canada, Blame Canada.
Fucking Trudeau. Son of a
Trudeau.
This is fantastic.
Another guy in blackface. Anyways.
Oh my God.
He was.
He was.
I know he was.
People forget about that.
He's one of the good ones, though. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah. Once he took that makeup off, he was a good one. Yep. Anyways.
It's like, it's acceptable.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get into the show. This has been fantastic. Yeah, let's get into the show because we got some really good content that we want you to kind of like talk on.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Let's do it. So the first scene that we have is with it's with Christian, and he's talking with Dana, and they're talking about accounting because Christian's an accountant. Believe it or not, the movie rings true. And so they're talking about essentially like they're just talking about Dana's talking about her dad and how he was an accountant, and Christian wishes that he was like a normal, quote unquote, normal accountant, just like her father. And also while she's doing this and while she's talking, he's also not really showing a lot of expressions, and she even brings up a certain expression that was used, and he doesn't understand it. He's like, what? At first, and then he's like, oh, ha, 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 just kidding. So he's really masking his autism, and because that's how he was, quote unquote, trained to do by his father, to kind of normalize himself. And so when we talk about this movie in particular regarding a portrayal of autism, what were your first thoughts when you watched this movie?
My first thoughts were when I watched this movie, I literally watched it the day it premiered, or like the day after it premiered, because I was working at a movie theater, and I went to see it myself because my boyfriend at the time didn't want to go with me. And I just sat there and I watched that scene and I was like, this is my entire life. This is why I can't talk to normal people. This is me. This is exactly what I am like. Like, and I just sat there, and that scene weirdly made me cry for some reason the first time I saw it, because it was the first time I actually related to something on screen that like explicitly said this person has autism. And I was like, wow, they get it. They get it. That's me. That's my struggle. That's how I interact with people. And it's hard, but it feels so good to be validated.
Facts. Bruh, are there anything funny in that first scene that you enjoyed? Because there was some comical, like very subtle autism things in it where I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, just again the constant putting your foot in your mouth as an autistic person, but I also found it funny that even though Dana, Anna Kendrick's character, is not autistic, she puts her foot in her mouth just as much as he does, like saying that her dad was like a dorky accountant with a dorky pocket protector, and he's like, I have a pocket protector, and like she's just like, oh no, yours is the nice one. And that to me is like so emblematic of why he likes her, like why he develops feelings for her, because even though she's not autistic, she's just as socially awkward as he is.
Yeah, facts. I like where he spins his thermos like lid. He like chick 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 chick. It's a nice little stem.
I do that so often with like little sound stems, and my best friend has I think it's like called misophonia, like where sounds actually physically hurt her ears.
Yeah.
So my best friend, it's so hard for her to be around me because I'll do things like that, and she'll be like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna fucking murder you. And I'm just like, right.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop.